Welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Glenn Drain. Well, to start the new year, police execute a search warrant and one person dead. Let's go to V.I.P.D. spokesperson Melody Rames with the details.
Members of the Virgin Islands Police Department executed several search warrants in the early morning hours of Thursday, January 5th. The search warrants were executed in conjunction with two ongoing murder investigations and included the search of 6 residences and 5 vehicles. While executing a search warrant at a Frederiksted home, police encountered an armed male who died after being shot by police. The officers entered into the Frederiksted residence at about 6:30 a.m. and began securing the inside of the home, while other officers began securing the outside perimeter, including the backyard area. Officers on the outside of the home observed a male individual exiting the home carrying a firearm. Police ordered the individual several times to stop. However, the individual ran around the corner of the building, doubled back, and began advancing toward police officers. Officers again ordered him to stop. However, the individual continued advancing on police officers. Police fired one shot, which hit the suspect in his upper body. The victim has been identified as Kendall Peterson, Jr. The 30-year-old victim was taken to the Governor Juan F. Louis Hospital via ambulance for treatment. A semi-automatic handgun was recovered from the rear of the building. A waist holster, which was located near the firearm, was also taken into police custody. About 3 pounds of marijuana and a large amount of cash was also taken from the home by police. The gun and holster will undergo forensic testing. Internal Affairs agents have launched a use-of-force investigation into this shooting, in addition to the investigation conducted by the Investigation Bureau, which is standard procedure. The officer involved has been placed on administrative leave with pay, pending further investigation into the shooting. This case remained active and open. The Criminal Investigation Bureau detectives are following up on this case, including the investigation of the 2 murder cases. During the execution of any search and arrest warrant, police say it is never the intent of police to injure any citizen or cause harm to any police officers participating in the execution of the warrant. Nonetheless, police regret this incident did not play out as intended due to an individual who failed to respond to commands given by officers.
And in the studio joining us, of course, live today is Senator Sanis. There's a lot going on, with the layoff situation, and also with the, in the economy, and also, I mean, coming out of the story I just did, the V.I.P.D. just reported on basically the first situation for the year.
Yes.
How's all this, wrapped up together?
Well, actually, and I'm glad you brought that up, the fact of the matter is that just last week we had the first wave of layoffs, which to me, my opinion alone, is that I truly believe that was not necessary. I mean, the executive branch laid off members of the auxiliary police officers. And to me, those were essential personnel, especially during these times in which we have so much activities going on at nighttime. So I really thought that was unnecessary, but however, we need to move on. We need to move on. We had a meeting with the governor and his team, his finance team, a couple of days ago, and we came to some type of resolution. Now, we're going to meet again, hopefully next week, to finalize it, and hopefully there will be no more layoffs. I do understand that the first 2 batch of layoffs, there is really not much we can do about it. But once again, this is my opinion. These layoffs could have been prevented. I didn't see why in less than 48 hours at last month we were given the choice of making a decision to borrow with less than 48 hours. However, that is past. I'm not here to trade insults or throw barbs at the executive branch. I'm here to work with the executive branch to come to some type of solution.
Now, when you said 2 batches, a lot of people are actually losing count. There was an initial layoff, I think, the latter part of the year.
Yes.
And then they were saying today, Thursday, January 5th. Is there another wave today?
Yes. From my understanding, there were supposed to be some layoffs that would have been announced today before, of course, the end of the business day, before 5 o'clock. So I'm still waiting. I haven't gotten official notification yet. But my thing is that we have to do whatever it takes to prevent layoffs. Layoffs in the Virgin Islands in an island is totally different from layoffs in the mainland. In the mainland, people have more opportunities to move. Where are they going to go? On St. Croix or on St. Thomas. So that's something that we have to consider. And once again, like I said before, the meetings that we had with the executive branch a couple of days ago was very productive. The entire senatorial body came together as one, not as majority, not as non-majority. We came together as one to work with the executive branch to come to some type of decision.
Okay, because a lot of people, what you're hearing now is the blame game, and at this point right now, for the betterment of all Virgin Islanders, basically, do you see any resolution in sight in the immediate future?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. We also have to remember, though, that this is not a problem that's just affecting the Virgin Islands. This is worldwide. We have to come together as one. And that's one thing that I keep emphasizing throughout my entire political career. We have to start working as one. Let us put aside our egos. We have to learn to follow as well as being a leader. And that's one thing that I've always promoted, working together as one. But I do want to emphasize this to the people of the Virgin Islands. We are working together as one now. We're going to come up with some type of solutions, and hopefully in the future, this layoffs will be something of the past.
Quickly before we go, for 2012, this is an election year, obviously, in another 10 months or so.
Yes.
What are your goals for this year?
Well, as you know, I have a huge bill that I've been pushing from since last year, and that is the anti-gang legislation. You and I have spoken about that. I think it's something that is very essential. So I'm looking forward to pushing that again. And sometime next week, as a matter of fact, I have a representative from a huge company called Wärtsilä that's going to come to the Virgin Islands to talk about the possibility of using natural gas as an alternative to oil. I think that is very important right now. The main issue that we have here that's affecting us socially and economically is our fuel costs, is the L.E.P.C. And we need to start looking outside the box, and I'm going to do that this year. I invited this gentleman. He's going to come down. He's going to talk to us about the alternatives. And I think 2012 is the year that we have to make a decision as a community, as elected officials, to finally start letting go of the usage of oil.
We got an opportunity to run into Senator Positive Nelson. You can see Positive is how I live. He's wearing his T-shirt. I had to actually pull him out the house to come in and just to give us a quick recap as we look forward to these layoffs. Now, Positive, I mean, we've a lot of your colleagues has been making comments, but I wanted to touch base with you because you always speak for yourself and you always have your own, your own opinion and philosophy on how things are done. So, what do you think about this layoff? And I mean, they said there's another wave that was supposed to go today at the end of the business day, and so what do you think with all that?
I think, and I told the governor this, that he's going in the wrong direction. Even if government is big, let's say we do concede that government has grown too big. Where do you cut? You don't cut the day-to-day service level employees. You cut individuals who don't perform day-to-day services, like many managerial positions. There are many positions that don't perform day-to-day services. The governor cut the auxiliary policemen, and as you saw the papers today, he had to call them back in. This is a time that we need auxiliary police. So I'm hopeful that there is a lot more consideration and a comprehensive manner in which they actually do these layoffs. Some of us still do not agree that we needed to get to this point. We still believe that it's a matter of misplaced priorities and money is not spent appropriately. As we know, the governor has borrowed on 2 separate occasions, claiming to sustain payroll through fiscal year 2012. He's coming back again now, wanting to borrow monies for the same stated purpose, to take us through fiscal year 2012. Well, that's not quite believable because he has taken these borrowed monies and has spent on other items such as retro pay, salary increases, and now the money has run out. I think that this is going to deal a crippling blow to the economy, and of course, there's going to be a negative spin-off in the society about it. We've already begun to see this, and I'm hopeful that, and we met with the governor very recently, and there are some measures that we are considering, which hopefully may allay the other layoffs which are planned. As you know, he intends to lay off around 1,000 people by the end of January. It's quite unfortunate, however, because in my view, the numbers don't add up. The projected savings and the amount of people that they intend to lay off to meet these saving projections don't add up. I think the number that he plans to lay off are way larger and will result in a lot more savings than is projected. So I'm looking to see what action is taken. We still feel that there are measures that the government can take internally without legislation that can get us there. The governor wants us to increase gross receipts in order to be able to collateralize the borrowing. That is not an easy decision because increasing gross receipts will mean increase in all commodities and services that we pay for as consumers. So I believe it's going in the wrong direction, and I had a chance, thankfully, to tell the governor personally, I do not agree with his policies. I think his policies are going to take the Virgin Islands under, and he needs to sit back and realize the population which he represents and look for initiatives and policies which will help to empower those individuals to be taxpayers and not to depend on government. Anybody that's going to be laid off is going to qualify for unemployment, and that is still a burden on government.
As a finance major and accountant background, you were always watching the figures. You always talked about, frugal spending and conserving and stuff like that. But, I mean, what do you think is the bottom line from your gut for 2012?
Bottom line for 2012, I believe that there are many initiatives that we can move forward with that can generate revenues. I believe we need to look at the EDC companies and talk to them and see if some are willing to voluntarily contribute to our general fund in exchange for extended our packages as it relates to EDC benefits. I do believe that we need to just slow down our spending. We should hold up on some projects that has funding, but not enough funding to complete the project. Hold up on those fundings, put that funding in the general fund. The idea is to preserve the payroll. So maybe, just like an analogy I'll use is, if I'm a homeowner and I intended to add on to my home, but due to hard economics, I have to decide whether I should continue to pay my bills and keep food on the table for my family, I would have to say put off adding on that room until better days. That's how I will deal with the projects. I will slow down spending because our issue is a cash flow problem, not necessarily just a revenue generation problem. It's just that the cash flow is coming in slower than we're spending. So the remedy is to slow down spending.
Man, all the best. Positive is how I live.
Thank you very much.
Happy New Year. Thank you for coming through, and all the
Thank you
best.
very much.
Let's go to Judy Buckley with the latest Crime Stoppers.
Happy New Year, everyone. This is Judy Buckley with your weekly Crime Stoppers report. Crime Stoppers is asking for your help to solve the following crimes. If you know something, say something, as law enforcement cannot control crime without your help. On St. Croix, police detectives are asking you to help close the door of many of the unsolved homicides that we've had. If you know something, please tell us so that law enforcement can help bring closure to the family and friends who have lost many loved ones over the years. Remember, there is no statute of limitations for homicides. The minimum reward for an arrest is $1,500 in cash. And on St. John, we have a crime that we brought you before, but police still need your help in solving it. It occurred on Wednesday, November 30th at a home in number 16-23 Estate Adrian. It was burglarized. Now, the husband locked and secured the home at about 7:30 in the morning. The family was gone for the day. The wife and the son came and went all day during the day. They came home for the final time at about 3:30. And even though they didn't immediately notice what had happened, they later discovered that about 8 items had been stolen, as well as $3,235 in cash. For a complete listing of all the items that were stolen, please visit our website. The minimum reward for the arrest of a burglary suspect is $714 plus 10% of the retail value of any property recovered, up to $2,500. And on St. Thomas, we're bringing you a crime that we also brought you before, but police again still need your help. This one occurred on December 4th at about 3:30 in the morning. A 28-year-old Hispanic male. He was walking from the R&S Mini Mart to the La Delicia Bar and Nightclub on Veterans Drive near the intersection of Crown Mountain Road. He was struck and killed by a vehicle that was white. No one has come forward to say anything about what they've seen. Please help law enforcement identify this hit-and-run driver. The minimum reward for an arrest is $900. You can submit information on these or any other crimes by calling 1-800-222-TIPS, which is right there on your screen, or again logging onto our website at crimestoppersusbi.org. Your tips are always anonymous, and our stateside operators, they do speak several languages. If your tip leads to an arrest or the recovery of stolen property or illegal drugs or weapons, you will receive a cash reward. Police detectives would like to tell you that they are very grateful for your support over the years and would ask you to please continue helping them solve crimes in the territory. So on behalf of all the men and women in law enforcement, we would like to say thank you. This has been Judy Buckley with your weekly Crime Stoppers report.
Coming up straight ahead, your festival updates and more. We'll be right back. The UDOL program, sponsored by the Law Enforcement Planning Commission, is kicking off their another annual contest. It's in collaboration with us here at WSVI TV Channel 8. We have the contest coordinator, Mr. Alexis Georges, to give us some more details on that. Alex?
Thank you, Glenn, for that introduction. And again, it's that time of year again when we here at WSVI TV, in partnership with the Law Enforcement Planning Commission and the Enforcing Underage Drinking Laws Task Force, come together to promote our annual Make Your Own commercial for underage drinking. This particular contest is really about getting young people involved in actually coming up with solutions. And so what we're doing, we are launching this contest again this year, and we're asking anyone who is in the 6th through 12th grade, between the ages of 12 to 17 or 18 years old, to come up and make your own commercial and submit it to WSVI TV, where you will be able to qualify or actually win a tablet as the main prize. We're again asking and looking for any young individual to participate, and anyone wanting any more information, you can call Channel 8 at 778 5008, or you can call myself, Alexis George, 277-5964, or you can email WSVI TV Channel 8 contest 2011 at gmail.com. Again, WSVI TV Channel 8 contest 2011 at gmail.com.
We're right smack dab in the middle of Festival 2011-2012. Let's check out Mr. Bogle to find out how we're going to wrap up the weekend with festival activities. Mr. Bogle.
Good evening to everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Entertainment Report, the first edition of the year 2012. I want to say a blessed new year to each and everyone who is watching WSVI TV Channel 8 at this moment. And if you're watching us, you're supposed to be getting ready to go to the Crucian Christmas Festival Calypso Monarch competition to be held at Island Center tonight. Trust me, the songs that the Calypsonians are coming with, they are very hard-hitting with all the different things we have affecting us here in the Virgin Islands. So you definitely need to go to the Island Center tonight as they try to dethrone King Kong for plenty. The tickets are just $30. Remember, showtime is 8 p.m. sharp. Of course, I'm going to be your MC along with Tommy Joseph. Backup music will be done by the world-famous Express Band, and also the backup singers' voices and the Honeymen. So definitely you got to come and get your tickets at Urban Threads, Eccentric Shoe Boutique, and also Armstrong Ice Cream down there in the west. So you got to check it out. Then, after the Calypso show, you're looking some place to go, something for the grown, mature, and sexy. All roads leads to Gertrude's over there on the Hess Road. Caribbean Promotion brings to you Crossfire, straight out of Barbados. That's right. Crossfire, Edwin here with the whole crew. It's coming. Also on the card, you're going to have Double Impact song with Will and Sniper, and also the Mad Rasteracy. So definitely you can go to Crossfire. And if you're looking for something else to do, you could go to the Christiansted area of St. Croix at Club 54. Flawless Promotion presents to you Juve Ain't Done Yet. I'm talking about with all the big bands. You're going to have Pump on the Unit, Daddy Jones and the crew, Dennis the Menace and the squad. And of course, you know you got to check this out. And also the Styly Band. You're going to have Super Track Sounds. You're going to have DJ Car with Selector Cove. And don't forget, man, you're going to also have Big Cat Sound. He's going to be there. And ladies, if you dress in your best Juve outfit, you know, wash it out and put it on, you could get in for about $15. You might win something. So check it out right there at Club 54. Also, we want to say A blessed birthday to Budju, and he's having his birthday bash out there at the courtyard in Christian said down from Club 54, so you can also check that out. And then also tonight is Latin night in the village, so you can also check that out. Remember, in the village you still have T-Vice to come and lots more entertainment. You have the children parade tomorrow, Friday, and the adult parade on Saturday. So all these events you need to check out. And also this weekend at Frontline is Festival Last Lap, especially Sunday night. Go on out, dance to all the latest festival music and the country and western. Ain't nothing like dancing country and western and festival together, festival music together. So go on down to the Frontline nightclub down there in Calcahoon. Remember, they always have things to eat, a lot of drinks. You could play some pool. So definitely that's your place to go this weekend. I want to thank you for joining me here on the Entertainment Report. Remember, it's a party weekend. It's a holiday weekend. If you drink, just don't drive. Okay? Everybody stay safe. Blessings.
Thank you, Bogo. Coming up, more festival highlights. We'll be right back. Please stay with us. It's time to celebrate your cruising flavor for 2012 and 2011 for this festival season. Let's check out the latest and see what's going on in the village. Of course, tonight we got John Fonseca, El Sabor Latino, and Liquid Sounds in the village tonight celebrating Latin Nights. Let's take a look, of course, to round up the weekend.
takte takte dadgir tete takka tak digna nagan nagan nagan